Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Almost Live from the Basement. This is our wedding spectacular.
Bam, bam, bam. Welcome.
With us today is me, Joe Hammer, and
what up, Hammer?
My good friend Josh Sauce over here.
Sauce.
And I don't know if you know this, but we are both wedding DJs. Is that not correct?
Two of the best in the biz.
Best in the biz. That's correct. Although we've never worked with each other or for each other. So
I wonder if it's something we could work on for 2017. I could
maybe
slide in and see how the pro does it. You can see how I do it. We can go back and forth. There are some dates where my brother, who normally helps me out, is not available. So
I might be interested in helping you with that.
You're probably busy too, though, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. All right, so we're going to give you some tips and advice about your wedding and more specifically geared towards DJing and what you should expect from your DJ. But also, we're going to answer some other questions just about basic wedding etiquette and wedding advice. So if you're getting
this
married,
is from our side and what we've seen from behind the booth, so to speak,
right.
Almost live from the booth. And we're going to give you the tips that we've seen and some questions you should ask your DJ, regardless if it's Joe or I, but just questions in general. So get your pens and pencils ready.
There you go. Real quick, Sauce, how many weddings have you done? Do you know? Like off the top of your head?
I don't know. I do it by parties every year lately.
Mm-hmm.
2015 was 120 parties. 2016 was 117, but that could be from anything from a sports party to a block party to a daddy-daughter to a wedding. So it's whatever comes my way. But do you have a number on yours?
Yeah, I 332 weddings. And
nice.
Yeah, I know, right? It's going to be I'm bad at math, but a third of the way to 1,000 next one. So whatever.
And that's going to be a big one.
Yeah. So I roughly do between I average about 40 weddings a year.
Nice.
Is what I end up doing. So yeah, I love weddings. You know, it's great being a part of the happiest day of someone's life, right?
And as a DJ, we sit there and we say, oh, it's not like, oh, man, I got another party to do or another event, another wedding. This is their day.
Right.
I don't know how you do it. I'm sure we'll get into this, but we like to, my brother and I like to sit down beforehand, take notes on what they want. More than what they want is what they don't want is very important to us. And so when we sit down, I'm sure we'll get into this, but it's big on that sit-down meeting is huge. And you gotta kind of know what you want and what you don't want before you sit down with your DJ, so they kind of have a better understanding of what you want. Yeah,
I actually do what I do 3 points of contact always. We do the call, then we do the wedding questionnaire, which is like it's more of a it's all digital now, but it used to be paper, where you would go and actually it's like a playbook for how your wedding's going to be run. And you just go through every step, and it gives you song options for every single song, every single not option. Well, I guess options, like for instance, like not every wedding does like a sand ceremony and music for it, but it's all laid out there. You can choose to do whatever you want.
Option A, option B.
Yeah, you just check off what you want.
Choose your own adventure.
Right, exactly. And you're going on the biggest adventure of all, the adventure of marriage. And Sauce, you're actually an expert on marriage, right?
Yes, divorced twice.
There you go.
I really want to know how many weddings I've done. My brother keeps track of the paperwork. I'm not the paperwork guy between the two of us for the company we own. He does all that, but I'm going to go to him with that and find out how many the next time to throw that number out there. See if it's 332. Is that what you said?
332 is my lifetime.
I like that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I've been doing this for quite a long time.
And that's with any company you've ever worked with, or just yours?
No, any company I've ever worked with.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. All right, so let's dig right into it. So we have the top 10 questions you need to ask your DJ. All right,
and these have come up in meetings that we've had with brides and grooms. We kind of sat down and make this list, and we'll give you the questions and explain what they mean to us and what they mean for the bride and groom. Number one on the list is, do you have insurance, which proves that you're a
professional.
Professional. Right? DJs without insurance are not insured. It's not something they're looking to do full time. It's just something they're scrapping away at. And every venue, 98% of your venues are going to ask for your DJ to have insurance and proof.
Yeah, it's sad. There's a lot of venues that say, "Yeah, we need your insurance," and then you bring it with you, and then they never ask me for it. Most of the time, they'll ask if I have it, but then they won't do it. But yeah. Do they have insurance? Okay, that means that they are putting money out so they can bring money in. Okay,
nice.
It's not right. You're
spend money to make money.
Right, you're investing money in your business. Okay, by having the insurance. But that really separates the hey, my cousin has a friend who DJs from the actual professional DJs.
Yeah.
Because your friend or your cousin who has a friend who DJs is going to let you down.
Yes.
You know, I can't tell
They're
you.
going to drink too much. They're not going to care what's played. They're not going to,
Exactly. Or they won't show up. I can't tell you how many weddings I've gotten just on 24 hours notice. Like, hey, and the sad thing is I'm booked up most of the time.
Yeah, especially during wedding season.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, there's been a few times when it's been like a Friday night wedding and like, they'll call me up on 24 hours notice. Oh my God, my DJ is not going to show up, and I'm able to step in and help them out, which is good. Or try to get them to another DJ that can help them.
Yeah,
but you do not want to be in that situation.
No, definitely.
Because I don't personally
get that contract, get a professional.
Exactly. Like that's the other thing. If they don't want you to sign a contract, or they don't want to sign a contract, that is not someone you want to be working with.
Shady.
Exactly.
What I've noticed, I don't know if somebody's just playing me on this one, and I didn't take the booking because she, regardless of what rate I went to, wasn't good enough. But she's like, oh, don't worry about it, because I don't know if she called me or if I got a number from a friend, but she's like looking to do a wedding. And I talked to her, and she's like, you know what? We're just going to have an iPod. I'm like, what are you doing? It's funny when your friend's hitting play and somebody thinks the song sucks and you skip it. Whatever, that's cool. When you're having a basement party, it's a holiday party, you're just playing whatever music. When you want someone to control your entertainment through music, make it professional. Right. And I kept lowering the price to a point where my brother wouldn't kill me, and she still said no. And I'm like, I can't go any lower. Good luck, and I'm sorry. And I had nightmares for the next 2 nights just thinking about that person using an iPod rather than a DJ. I hated it.
Well, here's the thing is that people are going to remember 2 things about your wedding. The food and the music. The party.
It's so I've said that many times. Yeah. I don't think we've ever said it to each other.
No, but it's so true.
100% true.
That's what people talk about. The food and the music, and those both have to be right. It doesn't matter if you're in a VFW or you're getting married at the Four Seasons downtown.
Yeah.
The venue is the venue, but it can be the most beautiful venue in the world, but if the food's bad and the music is bad, they're all gonna be like, that was a terrible party.
You get bad flowers, nobody cares.
Yeah. Like the centerpieces.
Centerpieces.
No one wants those. By the way, no one wants those. Don't spend money or time on centerpieces.
Oh, by the way, if you want to take a centerpiece the other night,
exactly.
The bride said it's okay.
And then, because you're just gonna end up packing that back up at the end of the night. You're already drunk and tired. You don't want to do that.
Your husband already drank.
Exactly.
He's not gonna touch it.
Don't.
Just run away.
It's just more stuff your mom and dad have to do. Don't. I've seen it happen.
Yes.
Every single time.
100%. That's awesome.
No one likes the centerpieces. Don't bother with them. All right, that's pro tip 1. We'll keep that on the side.
All right. Number 2.
Ask for professionals.
Which is kind of hitting back on what we kind of already talked about. You want to make sure they've proven. I'm sorry, it's not actually supposed to say professionals. I think I got confused and I wrote that down. Ask for references.
Oh, there you go.
I apologize. It definitely does say professionals. But
I know. That's
references on parties you've done. Just anyone who could say, hey, this guy does a good job or this guy does a bad job. Whatever you did for their wedding, you want someone to back that up.
Yeah, and I always give people references that they can call, but I also direct them to my Google Plus page because I can't control what people write on my Google.
What's a Google Plus? Is that kind of like Yelp?
It's like a cross between like Facebook and Yelp. But
okay.
Yeah, if you type or if you Google, Joe Hammer Entertainment or Joe Hammer DJ or any of that, like my Google Plus page will come up, and I have 11 reviews on there. And one of them is bad. I'll be honest, one's bad, and I can't control it. So and the other 10 are great.
Can I ask what the bad review said?
It's just 3. She rated me a 3 and no comment.
3 out of 5.
Yeah, 3 out of 5 stars and no comment. And I honestly I don't even know who this lady is. So you gotta I never did her wedding. I don't know who it is.
Yeah,
exactly. And like
you know what I did. I can improve.
You don't leave a comment. It's like
Yeah,
what are you going to do?
When I get the evaluations from coaching the kids, I always I wish you would have done more of this. I'm like, thank you. I'm writing this down. I'll work on it.
Right, because now I'm going to get better.
I'm going to give you a 2, 3, 4, and like, what did I do wrong?
Exactly, because then we don't know how to get better. And a lot of times, if a DJ does a bad job at a wedding, like the bride doesn't care if they do a good job at someone else's wedding. Like they ruin their wedding.
Yeah,
and that scares me more than anything else on earth, and I think that's what makes me a good DJ. Is I am scared that I'm gonna fuck up someone's
perfect day.
So definitely. That always keeps me sharp. It always keeps me on my toes. So you don't want one of these all bravado guys. because they're the dudes that are gonna get drunk at your wedding and fuck everything up. Like, get a guy who is serious and a professional. But yeah, get references. And like I said, I mean, anybody can give you a reference of like, they can lie and give you a reference to their brothers and say, oh yeah, they did my wedding. That's why I always recommend like go on the internet and search that person. Yeah, because whatever's out there is out there. And you're
I gotta be
gonna
honest,
find out.
I don't think I have any reviews like that. We have a Facebook page, my brother and I. People comment on that, but once again, that could be anyone.
Right, that could be anybody.
My cousin, my friend's best friend, who's like, I did a good job. Yeah, but yeah, if you get somewhere you can't play around with like a Google Plus page, which I'm hearing about for the first time, or a Yelp review.
Yeah, you can't mess around with that because you're not in control of that. People leave that, and then that's out there, and that's just what it is.
Number 3 on the question is, does your DJ have backup equipment?
That is,
if something blows in the middle of the gig, do you have extra speakers? You were talking about your computer supply.
Yeah, I always bring 3 sources of music with me. I've never had to use them because I keep all my all my equipment up to date and do all my updates. Because that's the other scary thing with Windows 10. That will just, unless you update it, it will just update on its own. And that shit is scary to me.
Takes hours.
Yeah, so I always, no matter what I do, again, this all goes back to professionalism. Hire a professional. I always, before the day before the wedding, I just automatically update my computer. Yeah. That way I don't have to worry about it just deciding it's going to update on its own. I have it all, everything's updated. And then I always bring 3 sources of audio with me. I bring my my computer, then I bring up my backup computer, and then I have my phone, which acts as a kind of in like an iPod.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's never had to get to there because again, I take care of my equipment and I update it beforehand. So
yeah.
How about you? Good. What do you bring?
My brother is when my brother and I are together, he's the main DJ. When I'm by myself, I'll have my computer and then my phone. But when I'm not with my brother, I'm working for another company, and then they have backups. Yeah. The equipment's all on them. Yeah. So both my brother and I, he's bringing 2 computers himself. He got a new one at Christmas, so he's got 2 computers, and I'll still bring mine. And then we have our phones. So it's always nice to have backup. And then as far as the speaker systems go, when it comes to weddings, because they're more than a daddy-daughter dance or a block party, we bring double the set of equipment. So we have 4 tops and 2 subs. Actually.
Yeah, and I never bring double. Yeah, because I've never needed it. Again, I keep my equipment up in good working order. But yeah, I have blown a speaker once, and you always have that extra one. Yeah, and not in the car. Like you bring it in, you set it up. Yeah, and it's there. It's
just in the winter. It's got to be warm.
Exactly, it's got to be warm. Otherwise,
we've had speakers blown because they haven't been warm.
Well, that's what happened with me. It was I was going up to Wisconsin Dells, and it was in the winter, so it was like it was almost a 3-hour trip to get up there. Yeah. And in that time, the speaker got cold. And boy, you got to watch out. So that's the other thing. Make sure that hire a professional who's going to take the time to bring in that 3rd speaker, have it set up and ready to go.
Definitely.
Just in case something goes wrong, always redundancies. Like with my wireless mic, I always have a wired mic with a 20-foot cord attached to it.
Yes.
Just in case, because you don't know when, again, if it's cold out, battery...
That's going to go out.
Right.
You just don't know. If you're going to have, like what that Key Lime Cove party I did New Year's Eve, the wireless mic did not work. I myself, even though it's the other DJ's company's equipment, I brought my wired mic, which is we call it's like a retro mic. My brother and I call it a sexy mic because it's... All the women walk by like, whoa, this is nice. And they want to get a picture with it. But I brought that in, and he had to use that corded mic to do his shtick until he went upstairs to the other portion of the party. But without it, it was getting some crazy, like, I don't know what it was. It almost sounded like it was getting interfered with, but we didn't know what it was. We changed the channel like 3 times. It still kept doing it. I ended up turning it off and taking the batteries out of the mic.
Sorry, folks. This is Inside Baseball now. This is us just talking about our craft and what we love.
We're going to move on to number 4 then. Here's a question I've gotten at least twice. If you play a song, and God forbid it clears the dance floor, it's not a good song, you tried something out of the box, or some random person's request, and it was horrible, but you're like, all right, I'll give it a try. It's his friends. It clears the dance floor. Do you play that song all the way out? It's a great question to ask your DJ. Some DJs will be like, well, yeah, I'll just get the next song ready, and then some people will be like...
They'll be like, no.
I can fade it out. I can mix it out. I can start talking and do something. I mean, there's so many ways out of it. Just get out of a bad song. It's just that easy.
Yeah. And again, this list could really be called Top 10 Reasons I Should Hire a Professional. But
get a professional. Number 5. Do you have your DJ suit up?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I get too hot to wear a suit, so I just go with the vest.
Okay.
I always look professional, but
Yeah.
I can't wear a sports jacket while I'm DJing. It's too uncomfortable to be able to really get out there and get people going.
Yeah.
I know you like to wear the suit, but
I start in the suit
Uh-huh.
up until a certain point, like when it comes to weddings. After that, first dance, mother, son, daddy, daughter, if it goes in that order, boom, it's off. And I'm out there with the crowd because
Yeah.
it's a little different. I'm doing a lot of dancing out there. But even if I'm in the booth, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I just don't wear the coat past a certain point. But I keep it on for as long as I can. Another thing I do, because I'm half a girl according to all my friends, is I'll ask the colors and I'll match my suit to the colors.
I actually do. That's on my questionnaire that I pass out.
Yeah.
And if I have it, or I'll just go out and get a tie. That's
Yeah.
like I have like
Go all
14
black suit
ties.
and then,
exactly.
Color it's not hard to do.
It's not
just-
hard to do, and it's
and it
an
looks
extra,
good.
right? It's an
Yes.
extra because they're going to be taking photos. You're going to end up in those photos,
Mm-hmm.
like trying to Again, it's just doing that little extra step that a non-professional, your cousin's going to do it for $200 DJ.
He's going to show up in Converse and
and
jeans
sweatpants. That happened to
Sweatpants.
I swear to God, that
Awesome.
happened to my brother during his wedding. The DJ showed up in sweatpants and like bedhead. I was like,
man.
you gotta be
This
joking.
is my look, bro.
I was 12 at the time though, so I didn't realize
So
I would be a
that just
DJ.
kinda-
But even then, I was like, wow, this is
This is a pretty
terrible.
easy job if I can wear this.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, moving on with our top 10 questions to ask your DJ. Number 6 is...
Do you charge additional fees? DJs who charge additional fees are they're shysters. They are some of the worst people because
Trying to shake you down for the extra cash.
yeah, because what they're going to do is they're going to say, I can do your whole wedding for $500, and then when you get the bill at the end of the night, they're going to be like, oh, it's $1,400. Or the day of the wedding, they're like, oh, I'm going to need $1,400 to do this. And it's pretty much like they hold you ransom.
Yeah.
And so just make sure.
I hate that guy.
Yes, there's a lot of them out there. You're going to see them at wedding or at the bridal shows because they're trying to get as many people to sign with them as they can right there. So just beware of that. Ask if they charge extra fees, and if they do charge extra fees, make sure that you know about it up front and it's in the contract when you sign.
And what
it.
do these extra fees include? What would be
Some of them are like travel fees, setup fees, takedown fees,
wireless mic, lighting.
Yeah, all of that. Like when you book with me, and I'm sure Josh is the same way. Like when you book with us, it's one fee. That's the price you pay.
For us, I mean, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
if you're it's $200 an hour. For what Rick and I do, we get there an hour early, sometimes an hour and a half. Set up, do sound check. You don't pay for that. We play through cocktail if you want. I almost act as the wedding coordinator because I'm out there lining up the guests, doing all this. My brother's behind the booths doing stuff, and we just take you from point A to point B. I talk to the photographer, videographer, see what they want to do as far as intros go. Make sure they're in the room whenever I do toast. I'm on top of it. I'm not back in the booth because it's a 2-man setup, which is why we charge $200. I'm out there running as much as I can. I'm finding out when the food's coming out, when I need to sit people down, all that. So it's not just like, okay, I'm paying this guy $200 an hour to sit behind the booth and do this. Well, I can get this other DJ who's just as good for $100 an hour. But the difference is,
I do all that for $100 an hour, by the way.
there you go. I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming. But yeah, that's just the difference.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I work solo, and I'm able to do that. I don't know if I'm just better or no. Just
You
joking.
clearly got it down to a science, and it's
Yeah.
232 weddings later, and you're still doing magic.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And DJing, and like I said, I keep track on my Google Calendar. I just count them up. Like before I did this, I went through and counted them up, and I was shocked. I didn't realize I was.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was that high. I thought I was like 150, 200.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was so much.
Yeah, you just keep
Well,
doing
I didn't
them.
realize how long I've been DJing now.
Yeah, how many years?
It's 9 years now, man.
9 years.
Yeah.
I think I started dancing for that other company. 2003, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
This
Man,
November will be 14 years for them.
That's crazy.
It is. It's
that
the
I've
years
been doing
just
this.
roll by, and somehow it doesn't get old.
No, I love it.
It's loving what you do. Like I said, I don't want to get too far into this. Back to the questions.
Yeah.
Do you feed your DJ? Do you sit when you're sitting in this meeting? You say, "Hey, am I buying you a meal?" And most DJs, yes, they're there for 6 to 7 hours with setup and takedown.
Yeah.
Get your DJ a meal.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask the question, they don't want it, don't pay the $40 to give them the meal. But if they want the meal, give them the meal without a doubt.
I actually put that in the contract.
In the contract.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think it's low class when like you get your DJ or your photographer like the chicken tender option, and everyone else is having the steak. It's like one person from your wedding that you invited is not going to show up. Trust me. Feed your just feed your DJ. Exactly. Just feed your DJ. Plus, sometimes they have your DJ eat like in a separate area, or from where the main party is. Yeah. That's a horrible idea. Always have your DJ eat with your guests.
Yeah, I like when I set up like a certain table or venue, a vendor table is what they call it, whatever.
I don't
There's
like
4
that.
or 5 seats. No, but like right off to the side, not in a separate room. Like I don't care if people see me eat. I want to eat where I'm close to the equipment. If something happens and I got to hop up, I can hit autoplay, but I got to be able to get back and forth. It's just
No, you're absolutely right. But I'm big on talking to the guests and finding out what they like.
It's not a bad thing to sit at their table too. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because for instance, we have on here as a tip or a question you asked: do you take requests or how do you handle requests? And I do that. So I always go to like if there's a buffet line, I always go with the bride, and like I'll put the food on her plate and hold her plate and bring it back to her so she doesn't get anything messed up or slopped on her dress. But after that, I'll grab food, I'll eat, and then I will go to every table, and then I ask them, what 2 songs can I play to get everyone up at this table dancing? I'll take all the requests, and then once I have all the requests, I'll always take that list to the bride and groom. I like how Sauce is writing down. He's writing this down so he can use it. Don't you steal my my thunder. No, but I always then take that list to the bride and groom, and I go, hey, these are the requests that people have. Here's a pen. Is there anything on here you don't want?
Yeah.
The other way to handle it is put it on your invitations.
I've seen that too.
That's another good way, because then you can give me the list beforehand, and I can have all that stuff downloaded and ready. Because for the most part, there's nothing weird or crazy on the request list.
Yeah.
I already have it, but sometimes, like, if you can get it to me ahead of time, it's even better because I can
make
have
a
stuff
playlist,
right,
or a
and
crate,
queued up, and all that. So that's good.
But yeah, definitely ask your DJ if they take requests, and then let us know if you want us to or not. If you don't want us to take requests from the party, or if there's a certain person at your wedding, don't take requests from Uncle Luke. He's going to ask for blah blah blah. Let us know. We can write these notes down. We laugh along with your family as well.
Yeah. And that's a really good point, because I do that that's a question I ask the bride and groom. I want to make sure going in, like, no, we don't want to hear the long version of Freebird. Nobody does.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in a minute, but what else do we have on here?
Kind of going back to additional fees is lights. A lot of DJs nowadays, I think it's almost required to have lights. It's going to be kind of awkward. My brother and I, we just got uplighting to add around the room besides the DJ lights that attach to our speakers and move to the beat. My brother is just having a ball.
Do you
setting up the uplighting?
Do you charge extra for the uplighting?
No,
really?
My brother got it, and we haven't talked about it because we kind of tested it out. But somebody in May is having a wedding that we've been doing parties for the family for years, and now the daughter's finally getting married, and they're like, hey, do you have uplighting? Rick and I kind of look at each other like, we've talked about it, haven't got it. So we pulled the trigger, and he got 5 uplights, and he keeps putting them behind the booth, and he's got the lights. It looks really good. He's very impressed with his own work there.
Yeah, I don't offer uplighting. Uplighting to me is it's such a hassle, and
I think it will be when we got to start putting those pods around the room. It's going to be a different story, and we will have to upcharge on them. We're going to upcharge the shit out of them.
Plus, I don't like upcharging people for anything. So, like, dance lighting included. You absolutely don't hire a DJ without a dance show.
No, do you ever do, I guess it wouldn't be so much for weddings, but like montage, projector, and screen?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
You upcharge for that?
Yes.
Yeah,
I do.
Have to. Yeah, okay. I'm like,
because that's a lot of work. Like, that projector
and
screen is a lot of work.
And if it's not your computer and you got to deal with somebody else's, it's a nightmare.
No, I prefer if the venue has there's another good tip.
Venue, yes, ask the venue if
they do the projector and screen. Because if I have to bring it, like, I have to charge more. If they have it there, they oftentimes they'll just throw it in. Yeah.
The last question in our top 10 here is: should you tip your DJ? The answer
of course.
is yeah. If he did a good job, if you like what the DJ did,
right?
They did everything you wanted them to, and the party was jumping, or if they did everything you wanted to and the party wasn't jumping. I mean, if they're doing what you want,
right?
And you felt they did a good job, tip them. That's the bottom line. That's how we feel about that.
Here's the whole thing. I'm what's considered a budget DJ because I do weddings for under $1,000, and I I don't know. In my opinion, and as far as people who've given me reviews, I do a better job than a lot of those other DJs that would charge
That are $1,500, yeah.
Right, $1,500, which to me is ridiculous. So if you want to throw me an extra $50 or $100, yeah, I really appreciate that. And you know what? I've already earned your business. I've already gotten paid. So now it's my job. Like, I'm really working for that tip that
Yeah.
you know, because I've already done all the rest of the work. So
Yeah, it's... You shouldn't feel that you have to tip.
yeah, don't feel
don't
obligated.
like, oh, here's $20, you know,
Right.
because you feel like you're obligated to do it. But if you really feel that DJ did what you asked him to do,
and went above and beyond, then yeah,
tip him up. Tip him up,
absolutely.
definitely. We're going to go into wedding tips.
Yeah, so let's go over to wedding tips real quick. Oh, sorry.
You gotta-
Wedding tips real quick. These are the top 10 that turned into top 16 wedding tips because I got in a roll towards the end. I got a little angry.
Yeah.
So here we go.
These are things that we've seen between the two of us, or
Yeah.
and we say, you know, watch out for, or don't
Yeah.
do. Just don't do. These are just our opinions and tips on what wedding etiquette, stuff like that. Go
Yeah.
ahead,
All right, so
start.
here's mine. Don't spend more than 2 months' salary on your wedding, in my opinion.
It is, I hate saying it, a glorified party.
Yeah. Well, take the religious aspect out,
Yeah.
or take the ceremony aspect out of it. Are you going to pay $10,000, $15,000, $20,000
No.
for a one-day party?
No, yeah. I mean,
Take
it's
that
great
money-
to have, and you know, if
Yes.
you got the kind of relatives that are going to give you the money back, I guess people think that way, maybe.
Yeah.
But just go for a party you can afford, and you're going to love, and you're going to feel good at the end of the day.
My
paying for it.
sister is still salty about her wedding
Oh, man.
because she spent $40,000 on it, and she got maybe $10,000 worth of gifts. But that's, I mean, you invited 200 people. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money
That's
that you
a
got.
lot of
yeah.
people. That's
Well, and that's a lot of money that you've gotten back in far as gift. Like, you shouldn't. You're throwing this party as a celebration, not as a way to make money or recoup your losses, because you're
Yeah.
not gonna.
no.
If mom and dad want to pay for the wedding, that's one thing. But even then, I would ask, well, yeah, can I just have the money? I'll put it on a down payment on a house. Because what do most newlywed couples argue about? Money, right?
Yeah, money
Financial.
and quality time.
Right, exactly. So have more money,
Finances
have
are
more
huge.
quality time by not spending as much on the wedding.
Yes. Tip number 2.
Yeah, so no more than 2 months' salary on your wedding. Number 2, hire professionals. Your cousin's friend is going to fuck you.
Yeah, we talked about
Oops.
that.
I wanted to do this one clean. Okay. Pretend like I didn't say the F word.
I think you said something earlier.
Did I?
Don't worry
Okay,
about
all right,
it.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, just hire. We can't drill this point at home. There are so many people that call themselves a DJ because you buy a computer and there's auto sync.
With
it's
with
knowing the music.
$1,000, for $1,000 now, you can buy a DJ setup.
A hard drive. Oh man, just
Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Because
and just because they have the equipment doesn't mean
Right.
they could do the job.
And I
That's
mean,
the bottom
it's
line.
shit equipment too. Like,
Sound
again,
quality.
yeah, it's bad equipment, but yeah, for $1,000, anyone can call themselves a DJ. But
Yeah.
that's not the case. So hire professionals. Number 3, On Bended Knee is not a love song. Stop having it as your first dance.
That was my first dance.
Was it
No,
really?
no, it
Okay.
wasn't.
On Bended Knee is
Listen
a song.
to the words,
Yes.
guys.
It's a song about a guy who's on bended knee praying, asking God to bring his woman back to him because he done her wrong. It's not a love song.
I messed up. Come back to me. Oh, this is our great first dance song.
What other songs are like that though? Bended Knee is like that.
God, I had to play that Adele song.
Someone like you.
Yeah.
That's not.
It's
yeah.
about someone who got away.
Exactly.
And I hope that, like, what?
It's so stupid. What was the other one? Is it's an REM song. This one goes out to the one I love. Fire.
Okay.
That is not. Again,
I don't know
That's
that song.
it's
Listen.
about a guy who. Well, Michael Stipe's gay, so it's about a guy who uses another guy for sex and then like dumps him away. But anyways, there's songs
Know
out
the
there.
songs
Right.
before
Listen
you
to
ask.
the song
listen
before.
to the lyrics, not just the melody.
On Bended Knee is a beautiful song. It's just not a first dance song.
No,
like it's
definitely
not.
not.
It's not even a play at a wedding song. It's,
No, put that in your car sometime.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Sing as loud as you
just
want.
put "I'll Make Love to You" on there, and then that's a
I'll
fine
make
slow
love
song.
to you.
Oh, you know what? We're gonna put together a '90s slow jam list to go with this for people.
I'm loving this.
Oh
I'm
man,
gonna
it's
take
so
that
good.
note, too.
It's so good. All right, number 4. If you can, try to get a team that's worked together. And what I mean by that is ask your DJ what photographers they like to work with.
Yes.
Ask them what photo booth they like to work with, like that. If you can, try to get people who's work together. Because as DJs, photographers are our natural enemy. We don't like them. They want everyone to look.
People.
Yeah, they want everyone to look good. We want everyone to have a good time. Those two things seldom get along. So if you can,
it's hard to make those match.
Exactly. So if you can find a DJ and a photographer who've done a lot of gigs together, who understand each other.
How many
what they're
times
doing.
have you worked with the same people? Does it happen a
Well,
lot?
I have a reference list. Yeah, and I say,
hey, call these people.
yeah, I'm like,
Oh,
please
cool.
call these people. These are good
Yeah,
people.
I've never really put that out there, to be honest. People have asked once or twice, and I'll have a few cards, but I rarely ever work with the same person because I'm.
Oh, I mean,
everywhere.
I don't either, but
okay.
I
That's what I
prefer
was wondering.
to.
Oh, no,
that's
yeah.
like 10%. But yeah, those 10% weddings go so much smoother.
Yeah, okay, I gotcha.
Yep. Let's see.
Number 5?
Yeah, number 5. Don't blow money on a photographer. Again, we don't like them. But don't blow money on a photographer that won't give you a signature release on the photos, okay?
Oh, yeah, wait, I saw that. What does he mean by signature release?
What that means is that when they give you the signature release, that means that you own those photos.
Okay.
You can go to Walmart, you can go to Walgreens, get them printed, whatever. You own those photos. And
So that's kind of like a question to ask your photographer for sure.
Exactly, but this is just basic wedding stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're going to end up
that.
charging you a little more. I mean, you might end up paying $1,400 to $1,700 for that, for the signature release. But if you're paying $1,200 just to have the photographer there and they own the photos, they own those photos forever.
Yeah.
So if you want anything, if you want an 8x10, that's $200 if you want that 8x10. Like, don't.
No, but we frame it though.
Yeah, exactly. So make sure you get the signature release. It's going to save you money and headaches
In the long run,
later.
yeah.
Number 6, always negotiate everything in the off season. Okay. During wedding season, I'll be honest, I'm hard and fast with the prices. Like, it's what it is. I'm gonna because I'm gonna be booked. I'm gonna be busy. I need to make a certain. I have a family, so I need to make a certain amount of money.
For sure.
And it's like, I'm not trying to rip anyone off. That's just what it is. But on the off season, I will happily do a half
if you
price
come
wedding.
to us right now.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to get married in January, I will happily do it for half price because I was not working.
Nothing going on right now.
I wasn't working anyway, so that's something to think about.
Besides that New Year's Eve party, which I wasn't even positive I was booked on, December 3rd was my last party, and January 6th was my first party.
Yeah.
So it's a month plus that I had off. If that New Year's Eve party didn't fall in there.
No, I know that's rough.
Off-season.
This is a rough time for
Off-season,
DJs.
yeah.
We got to squirrel away our money for this. Next, a way to save money. Think about a Sunday night wedding when Monday is a holiday.
Yes.
For instance, the Sunday before Columbus Day is a great day to get married. The Sunday before Memorial Day or Labor Day, great.
Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, because they're off. Yeah,
yeah.
It's in February, so it's a great time to get married. You're going to save all sorts of money.
Yeah, on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Not DJs probably won't change their price for a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but the venues do.
Right.
If you do a Sunday or a Friday compared to a Saturday, it's definitely cheaper. So think about that.
Yeah, I always give a price break on Sunday just because I'm not working anyways. So let's.
I'm to the point where I'm 100% not booking Sundays anymore because of Zoe. It's the
Oh,
only full
okay.
day I have with my daughter.
I got you. Well, that makes sense.
Glad you say it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Number 8. Don't get married outside unless you have an indoor backup that will fit all of your guests. Yeah. Here's a nightmare story, all right?
Yeah.
I did an outdoor wedding, or everything was going to be outdoors, and then it rained. Their backup venue was enough room for 100 guests. They had 200 guests at their wedding. So there wasn't even room for dancing. Like, no one could dance. Everyone left early.
Oh, really? Like, even the reception hall was too small.
Yeah, because
I thought you meant ceremony itself.
No,
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean ceremony, but I also mean reception, too. Because what happened is they had to take, instead of having a dance floor, they had to put additional tables in there to accommodate everybody.
Yeah.
So there was no dance floor. And then to get everything, everyone left early because to get everyone moved out and the floor changed over.
Yeah,
it took them like 2
I'm
hours
gonna have to ask
do
you
that.
to leave.
Yeah,
Thanks for
exactly.
stopping by. Leave your gift over there. See you later.
So it was
we're at capacity.
It was a horrible nightmare. So just make sure that if you're having an outdoor wedding, there's indoor space to accommodate everybody without having to take up the dance floor.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Go big on the bridal party. Go nuts. Have 15 people in your bridal party.
Oof. But make sure their names are easy to say. Here's a question: when it comes to intro the bridal party, do you ever do just first names?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's why: if there's over 6 couples, I only do first names.
Okay.
If it's under 6, whatever you want. But if there's more than 6 couples, I always do first names because no one wants a 15-minute introduction.
No, I did a Russian wedding where the names were extremely hard, and I would have butchered 8 out of 10, I'm sure. But they're like, you know what? Let's go with the first names. I was like,
I did at a Polish wedding for the same reason.
It's tough, and you don't want them to get pissed at you for saying the wrong name. You don't want to look stupid up there. Just help your DJ out.
Right.
Here's the first names. They should know them by the time they're in the program, whatever you guys are passing, whatever you're doing. They know who these people are. They're your friends. First names, in and out.
Yep, I 100% agreed. Plus, the bigger the bridal party, the more dancing there is. It's just so much easier.
It's a tighter group, and then
So much fun. Let's see. Number 10, no assigned seating. I prefer weddings that don't have assigned seating.
Yeah.
Just because it encourages people to sit with who they want, not who you think they want to sit with. And I don't know, it's just sweeter, and you get different interactions that you normally wouldn't have gotten. So
yeah, and then you might get some people talking and don't normally talk. And plus, on the bride or the groom side, it's less time making table arrangements of who's going to sit where and the craziness.
It's so
of,
much
of
easier for you. It
seating.
takes another thing out. Number 11. It's not a toast. It's a toast, not a speech. Okay.
Oh man,
this pisses me off so much. It's like you're up there to give a toast. Always end it with "Please raise your glasses to the bride and groom." All right. It's a toast.
I don't know how to end this. I'm just gonna keep talking.
Exactly. It's a toast, and then to that, short brevity is the soul of wit. Keep it short, okay?
Yeah,
no
keep
one
it short,
wants
and don't worry about.
toast.
Don't be afraid to practice it. I mean, it sounds stupid, like speech class. Say it in front of the mirror. Record yourself doing it. It's not a bad thing to practice certain things if it's that important to you, and which it should be if you're doing a speech at your friend's wedding or a toast at your friend's wedding. Practice it.
You are 100% correct, and also don't use a paper. Like, it's got to come from the heart.
Oh, okay.
And that's where the practice
What about
comes
like
in.
note cards? You feel like something like
that? That's okay, but when you're just reading off 5 sheets of paper, here's what's going to happen. Everyone's going to stop listening about halfway through, and it's not to the point. It's not poignant. It's not about how you really feel, okay? So, like you said, practice in the mirror, get it down, and then it's really going to drill down to something beautiful.
Yeah,
okay?
I don't think I've been a best man in a very long time, but if I did and I had to give a speech, I think I'd hit bulletin points like blah blah blah, and then talk about it.
That would be fine. But again, it's a toast, not a speech. And then number 12, if you're giving a toast, keep it short, keep it heartfelt, and keep it about the bride and groom.
Yeah,
groomsmen do a much better job at giving toasts.
The best man? Or you mean like bridesmaid versus groomsman?
Yes.
Okay.
They give
I thought you meant like groomsman versus best man.
No,
like,
they
what?
give, because it's oftentimes shorter and it's about the bride and groom. I hate to say it, ladies, but you have a tendency to be narcissistic, especially when your best friend is getting married and maybe you're not married.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're a little salty on the inside.
Exactly. And it
comes
shows.
out in your speech.
It comes out, and like there's been a few times I'm cringing. I'm like, oh my god.
You're over there about to hit the button on the Jeopardy theme.
No, I was just gonna cut the mic off and be like, there's something wrong. We're moving on.
Here's the song. Boom.
But yeah, I mean, it got to the point at one wedding where the maid of honor is like, "Shut up, everybody! I'm talking." It's just so unclassy. But but again,
she had some stuff to say.
Exactly. Just keep it short and keep it about the bride and groom. It doesn't have to be like, I met blah 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 when I was blah blah blah, and like I was doing this with my life, and I was doing that.
And
it's
then
like,
she came along.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, don't. Just be like, listen, I met Brittany in college. We were best friends. Brittany
met so and so after college. She's awesome for her.
Yeah, exactly. She's
congratulations.
So good
raise a glass.
Yeah. We just did it. We just did the toast then. That's the way it should be. Like, it shouldn't be like, and then we would go out all the time, and then I would do this and that. It's like, no, just stop. Don't do that. It's not about you. It's about your friend, all right? Number 13, etiquette. Don't talk during the toasts, all right? Don't talk during the first dances or any of those spotlight dances, okay? Turn your cell phone off, all right? You don't need to take pictures of it. They have a photographer to do that.
Yeah, and if you're designated to record it because it's your best friend giving a toast, or your sister or brother who's not doing a toast and they want you, record.
Right.
But you shouldn't be checking scores of a basketball, football game during that time.
So
you shouldn't be text messaging your friend. You shouldn't be Snapchatting that moment. Just watch and enjoy the moment.
Again, it's not about you. You don't need to take a selfie with with the flash on. If you're going to take photos, no flash, right? You're just stuck with whatever it is.
When it's toast time, the lights are up anyway.
Right. and during the first dance and such. Plus, they're paying the photographer to do it. They're going to get the better photos, and if your flash is on, you can end up ruining their
picture.
photos.
Yeah.
So just
Turn your flash off.
right. Just turn your phone off. Exactly. Lyric was at a wedding, and Crazy Uncle Bob had the phone, and every time it took a picture, it said, say cheese.
You're telling me about that. That's hilarious.
That's terrible. Like, they're at the ceremony, and it just says that.
What?
Exactly. Number 14. Dude, maintain. Don't overdo it on the booze.
Yeah.
Get
there's
drunk,
been some
have
sloppy
fun,
people.
but don't get sloppy.
Don't
Exactly.
drop your drink on the dance floor. That's the worst.
That's the worst, because it brings a whole party to
Yeah,
a
and then
stop.
like if there's a
Here's the deal.
party coordinator or wedding coordinator, they
Yeah.
come out there and are like, "Hey, you got to keep people off this side of the dance floor. Somebody dropped a glass, and all these girls got to put their shoes back on," and they just go bananas.
it's crazy.
Like,
Yeah, like it's
oh
our
my
fault.
God, yeah, should have played that song.
I mean, I do tell people before we start any of the spotlight dances, like, please no drinks or glassware on the dance floor. Like, I ask that beforehand because it's such a detriment. I mean, everyone does when they get drunk, but
Yeah.
you try. Plus, like, if you're gonna throw up, I'm just gonna say this right now: throwing up to the wedding is the least classy thing anyone's ever done. All right, if you ruin a bathroom stall because you can't hold your liquor.
Everyone's gonna remember that.
You're a terrible person. You're a bad
Terrible
person. You ruin
person.
someone's life. Seriously, you're a bad
Special
person.
day, they're gonna remember your puke over their
Yep.
wedding.
Number 15. Dude, let it slide. And what I mean by that is if you're invited as a guest to a wedding and you don't like your cousin who's also going to be there because he cheated you out of $1,500 or something. For instance, I'm not mentioning names of my cousin. Anyways.
Your fault for giving the money, Joe.
Yeah, no kidding. But if that's the case, let it slide. It's not about you, okay? And if you're the type who you're going to get angry when you drink, guess what? You don't get to drink that night
Yeah.
then. Because
Just think about somebody other than yourself on,
Right.
on the wedding nights, and regardless of what beef you have with that person,
right.
let it
let it
go.
slide.
Let it
And
slide.
that's the other thing. Like, that's the problem though with people who drink too much and get violent. Like, they don't.
Realize it.
No, they're not the type of person who thinks about other people.
Oh, no,
they're
no.
always just thinking about it. Anyways, that's something to think about when you invite your guests. And finally, number 16, requests from guests. All right, as far as music goes, I go around during dinner,
Yeah.
and then I close requests. I go, this is it. Boom, here you go.
Oh, okay.
Because the problem is,
What if somebody's in the middle of the dance floor?
Here's-
Like, man, I'm feeling this. Can you play some Bust a Move right now?
here's the thing, I will accept one request. Like I say, requests are closed. Because during dinner I explain, give me the songs now.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to make a request past that, you get one request for the whole night. That's it. You don't get to make 18 requests, all right? They
Yeah.
hired a professional DJ. I know
Yeah.
what I'm doing, all right?
I know what I'm doing.
Number 2,
Not drunk.
no deep cuts, all right? If you're asking for a song, it can't be the third or fourth single off of,
or something that wasn't even a single.
Exactly.
Off.
No one
Adele
wants to hear
CD that only you know because you jammed this CD every day.
Exactly.
I've seen that many times.
We live in a world of iTunes now, so no one knows the fourth song on anyone's
Top
album.
40.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, keep it in the top 40 if it's new, or if it's old, keep it in the top 40 of something that's old. Like
70s, 80s, 90s hits. That's fine.
Exactly, right? Actually, keep it in the top 10 of like any year, like
Yeah.
past the.
We have all
past
that
the
all
2
ready to
years.
go. It's all cute.
Yeah, it's all, and trust me, we're already gonna play it. So don't
Yeah,
worry.
exactly. Most of the songs that people request,
Right.
we're gonna play it. So.
Plus, it must be danceable. All right.
Yes, God.
Unless it's a slow song for the slow song time, that's fine.
How often do you do slow songs?
I
You
do
kinda-
two an hour.
2 an hour? Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you gotta give people a chance to take a breather.
I've done it plenty of times where there was a mother of the bride. She sat in the meeting with us with the bride and the groom, and she's like, "No slow songs the whole night." And I went
fine.
probably an hour and a half strong, and like people are asking for slow songs. I'm like, I got this note here I'm not supposed to, and I kind of threw one in there. And she came up at the end, and I said, "Oh, thank you for slowing it down. I was so tired, but I didn't want to stop dancing." I'm
Yeah.
like, that's why we play slow songs, so you can hit the bar, so you can take a break, and yeah.
Well, it allows those people who are shy or can't dance an opportunity to also enjoy your wedding.
Yes.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, I understand it's all about you, but you're having a party and you're inviting people, so you need to be inclusive for everybody who's there.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just say only, top 40s of today.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to work
No.
when half or 3/4 of the people who are there are over 40.
Yeah. Let your DJ do
Right.
the job.
Exactly.
I don't
They're
know.
going to do a great job.
I'm very good at reading the crowd,
Yes.
and I don't mind trying different things and seeing what works, but let us do it. You
Right.
know, it's what we do. Just
Plus, I mean, it's almost like a formula too. Like, those guests are going to leave after an hour, so let's play
Yes.
music to get them up and dancing
Yeah.
for that first hour,
and then going back to the slow song situation,
Right.
there are some people. There's two handfuls that will only dance to slow
Right,
songs.
exactly.
They're not going to get up for any fast song you play, no matter what it is.
But that's why I always double up on slow songs, because again, it gives that
When you double them up, do you play them back to back?
Back
or
to
like,
back.
Okay, yeah.
back to back. I
Yeah.
always do it back to back because then that's a good 6 or 7 minutes where people who
The
were
birds can kind of
they can get out there and feel like
The others
they've really danced.
can shoot it.
Exactly, and then that gives an opportunity for those younger folks to go to the bar and loosen up. Because I don't know, anybody can be a DJ in the first hour and the last hour. Fish in a barrel, because you got the older folks who want to dance. Last hour, young people are all
Everyone's
drunk.
Yeah.
It's those 2 hours in between that makes or breaks a DJ. And
That's
makes or
really a
breaks
great way of
party.
looking at it, definitely.
That's what you're hiring me for.
Yeah.
You're hiring me for those 2 hours. And then number 17, the last one I have on there, don't have over a 4-hour reception like of dancing. Nobody can do it. Nobody can
I
do
don't
it.
care who you are.
Yeah.
Russell Simmons left at 3.5.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the thing. 3.5 hours is perfect because you got the first half hour for the signature dances.
Yep. First dance, Mother Son Dad.
Yeah, and then you have the next 3 hours to really crush it.
amp it up.
That is a perfect amount. That is a perfect reception time, because if you have 4 or 5 hours of dancing, it doesn't matter how good your DJ is. Around hour 3, everyone's going to be tired.
Yeah, and that
And
dance
that-
floor is going to be empty for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, the last 20 minutes, everybody's back into it, and
Right.
then they want to keep going longer. It's really weird how that works sometimes.
It does, because they're like, no, play some more, but that's when everyone's
Like,
drunk.
where were you
like,
guys an hour ago when the dance floor was empty?
Right.
You sons of bees.
Yeah, that's why you can't have a 5 hour. You can't have 5 hours of dancing. It's impossible for your guests. It's too hard on your guests, and then you're gonna feel like oh, this DJ's letting me down, but it's just people are tired. They can't do it.
Definitely.
They can't do it.
All right, so we got one more segment left. We're going to try to knock it out in 5 minutes. It's
Let's
called
do it.
Good versus Bad, and these are ideas that we've seen in the past or kind of we're throwing out there. Is it a good idea, or is it a bad idea, or does it work? Whatever it is, good versus bad. Number 1, should your dog be a ring bearer?
No, never.
No.
I've only seen it work one time. It was adorable, and then the rest of the times it was just the dog's like biting people, or he bit the ring bearer, or like
doing whatever he
yeah,
wants.
doing whatever. And
Pees
one
on the
time,
bride.
I was outside at the yacht club up in Milwaukee, and the dog took a shit.
Oh.
Even though it was outside, it
Yeah.
was so stinky and like
It's
right
summer
up
weddings,
front.
yeah.
It was hot and smelly, and the dog just took a shit. It was terrible. Okay.
Good ideas versus bad ideas. Music during your ceremony from a DJ or live?
Live, like if you're having a 4-piece like string,
Yeah,
that's fine. I like that.
I like that.
I like that, but no, I don't like playing music.
I did
during
one
the-
that went well, where the I don't know who the guy was. He played guitar, and the sister of the groom sang along with it, and I thought it was awesome. We recorded it. It was one of those moments where I brought my phone out, and I'm like, "This is pretty cool." But you've got a different experience with your sister.
No, not my sister, but I'm saying with like the bride's
sister
sister
singing,
Yeah, singing. Again, ladies, it's about the bride. It's not about you. Come on, like don't force your sister to let you sing at her wedding.
Yeah,
like, it's not,
I gotta sing a song. Yeah, I can see that definitely. But no, the string quartet I think is very elegant.
I like-
They play beforehand, like pre-ceremony
Right.
music. And there's a few times where you can use music, sand ceremony,
Yeah.
candle lighting, unity candle, whatever. It's a good time to use music and have live. I
Yeah,
think.
and that's fine, but just to have a better music behind the wedding, I really don't like it. Just because I think it drowns out the bride and groom doing their vows, and even if you mic it up, like
Yeah.
it's distracting. I think I don't know. That's just me.
Nowadays, bouquet and garter are kind of in and out of
Yeah, they're
weddings.
kind of
50-50.
optional. You can either do them or not. Do it feels right. That's what
One
I
of
say.
my buddies on my softball team recently got married. I was not there, unfortunately, because he said it was close family. Whatever. I wasn't invited. Who cares? After he did the
You
the
are so
garter,
salty right now. I can see it in your face.
after he did the garter, he took the garter, he wrapped it on a football, and then threw it out, which I thought was a kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
I've never seen it before. He told me about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna throw that out there.
I saw that twice last year. One on a football, one on a basketball.
Yeah.
the garter works way better. Like if you're gonna do it, do that.
Yeah, for the garter for sure.
Because the garter has no heft to it,
yeah,
so it just falls on the ground.
Will get there, and
right?
The girls are always going to be out there. You only got,
So wrap it on a ball and throw it out.
Yeah,
it's
the
great.
guys were like, "Oh, I'm getting a free ball out of this. I'm out there." And then the other thing I thought was kind of cool for the taking the garter off is they put props underneath the chair and they kind of tape it.
I love it every single time.
Yeah,
every single time I love it.
Random ass things.
Just
it's
love it.
so funny. Have fun with the bouquet and garter if you do it. But like I said, it's kind of a trend that's 50-50 nowadays.
So if you don't think it's classy, don't do it. Like it's your wedding. So
speaking of classy, number 4 on our list of good ideas versus bad ideas, the dollar dance.
Never do it. Never
Horrible.
do it.
I hate it.
It's just so bad.
I cringe when I got to ask it in meetings. Like, oh, any special dances, dollar dance, bouquet garter, stuff like that.
I
say
it
so fast. I'm probably
I just don't even unless they ask me and then I actively try to dissuade them from doing
it's not a bad idea, but blah 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 blah. It's not fun.
It's not worth
tacky.
Exactly. Your dignity is not worth the $140 you're going to get. Honestly. All right, next.
When it comes to songs for the intro, you and I kind of differ on this one. I'm a big fan because it's a 2-person DJ where I'm emceeing and my brother's actually playing the music. I like a different song for each couple coming in.
I don't like that.
Because it gives them, if you let them choose it, it's a lot more fun for them to come into what they want. Like somebody came into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle theme song and they came in and like rolled on the floor and did all this crazy stuff. And then some come into rap music, sunglasses, and just having a good time. And it's kind of their chance to give their piece of whatever. And it's not their day. You're absolutely right. But it's something fun for people who are nervous about walking in front of people. I like it.
Yeah.
You're more of a...
I'm more traditional when it comes to that. Like I like 2 songs. I like one song for the bridal party and then one song for the bride and groom.
Yeah, that definitely works too.
And those 2 songs are "Let's Get It Started" and no, I'm just joking. Turn Down for What?
Party Rock Anthem,
exactly,
and
whatever you want.
I remember, for a while, it's like the same songs hit
Bulls,
that trend.
unless it's Bulls themed.
And now that one's fun for me because I get to rev it up.
Too,
yeah,
actually.
That's cool too.
Yeah, do that for everybody. It's fine. I like it. That's a good time.
Number 7. We only got 10 on this list, but we're gonna bust them out real quick so we can get done through this. It's getting kind of long. The guest list: invite who you want to, not who you're obligated to.
That's right. Your mom's 6 friends who she wants invited don't need to go there unless mom's
They've
paying
never
for
even
it.
met you.
Yeah, unless mom's paying for it, her work friends don't need to be there. Again, it's about you, so invite who you want to your wedding.
Yeah, it's a special day. Have the people there you love and know, rather than strangers. Photo booth, I'm a fan of it. Now my brother's wife is offering her photo booth, and we're doing parties with her, which is kind of fun because keep it in the family. But you get to keep those pictures in a photo booth, photo album. Mm-hmm. You get to keep it, and then whoever takes a picture keeps their own picture.
Yeah,
so
it's good.
You get all those memories too.
Yeah, so photo booth. Here's my deal with the photo booth, though. Once you first open it, it'll clear the dance floor. So open your photo booth like towards the end of dinner.
Yeah, maybe
have it start a half hour before dinner's over.
Once the main course comes out, maybe.
Yeah, after
wait
the main
10 minutes.
Yeah,
and then...
that's a good time because then people can go and hit the photo booth before dancing starts, and they don't miss any of your signature dances.
Yeah.
It's just a better idea.
Yeah, just good ideas versus bad ideas, rather than it's time for the first dance and the photo booth is open, and all of a sudden the dance floor is empty and there's like 5 people watching you guys do your dance.
Right.
Open early.
Yep, half hour beforehand. Number 9. If you're having a buffet style dinner, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
I love buffet style dinner because I can pick and choose what I want to eat. And again, it's for your guests; they can pick and choose what they want to eat. Make sure the buffet though is the correct size for the amount of people. For instance, I had a wedding where it took 2.5 hours to get the guests from start to finish through the buffet line because they had 200 guests and they only had one side of a buffet line open.
Yeah,
it took 2.5 hours. It was a nightmare. So
they got to grab stuff faster. That's on them.
No, what?
Just kidding. Kidding.
Here's the problem though. Like they had servers like serving it out, so because it was a barbecue place. But anyways, 50 people per side of a buffet line is a good number to go with. I've noticed.
So know how many guests and know what your buffet line does.
Exactly, because if you have 200 guests, then you need to have 2 lines going each side.
Do you ever, as a DJ, have to tell the tables when they go?
Yeah. I'll either do it or the caterer or whoever.
Yeah. It's not a bad thing to
mind.
ask your DJ to do that, and we can. It's just something else that we got to kind of watch for, but it's not a big deal whatsoever.
Yeah, either way, it's not a big deal on us. And then
the last one I have for bad versus idea, I kind of wrote that down while this is going on, was think outside the box. If you want to do something different, throw it at your DJ. there are some DJs that'll be like, no, it's a, if you want the honest opinion, that's a horrible idea. Some are like, hey, it will work. With you doing 332 and whatever, how many gigs I've done, I like doing stuff different and trying new things. I'm doing one in July where it's a completely outside wedding, and they're going to have food trucks parked outside.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
And they're just going to have, you can go to, like, this one's got whatever kind of food, this one's got this style of food, Mexican food, this one's got Italian. You just go up and get what you want. And the whole thing's going to be outside.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I'm excited and nervous about how it's going to work. My brother Rick,
rains?
because it rains. My brother Rick hates being outside.
Yeah,
Hates
I do
it.
too.
He's not a fan of bugs, and he's
I don't like
just
that.
hates it. I like it. It's just who I am.
I hate everything about outdoor weddings.
But I see inside, outside.
It's so hot.
But outside the box thinking, if you got an idea, run it past your DJ.
Yeah, go ahead. And if you want something unique, run it past your DJ because he's seen everything. And
we can let you know if it works or not.
Yeah, because
we've seen it before.
9 times out of 10, we've seen it before.
Yeah.
So.
But it's not a bad idea. Most of the stuff you guys are stealing off YouTube anyway, so somebody's done it. But
which is
we're down
fine.
to help you out with any ideas you have.
Well, so that's all our ideas. Go ahead and leave a comment or a question. We'll be happy to answer it for you about weddings. And if you're looking to either hire myself or Josh, leave a message in the comment. We're going to be putting this all over our social media. So just get a hold of us. And, even if you want to get both of us in a room together and we,
pick our brains.
Yeah, well, and we just get our shirts off and oil wrestle.
Yeah,
find out.
Whatever. I'm going to book this guy.
Yeah, just based on our oil wrestling techniques. But seriously, folks, we love doing weddings.
Yeah.
That's
book a professional.
Book a professional. We love doing them. We're here for you. We're here to answer any questions. Even if you don't want to book us for our services, give us a call. I will give you the quick 10-minute rundown on things you should be looking for, even if you don't want to go with us, and we'll help you out. Because if your DJ truly loves weddings, he's going to bend over backwards to make sure that your day is special. So
yeah, maybe we'll have to come back with a part 2 of this sometime and talk some more stories about
yeah,
weird stuff.
Just
stuff
a horror
seen.
story,
Yeah,
weird story.
like
Yeah, we've seen
Look
some.
for that one, part 2, guys. Almost live from the basement. I'm Sauce.
Yeah, I'm Joe Hammer. Thank you very much for your time. Share and keep it swinging.
Bye, guys.